Welcome to ISIS in the Bible, Summer Gathering Week number 2. Hear me roar. The question today was, what is the function of your heart? Is your heart just for beating, starting, and stopping? Is it the main brain, as some say? Why does the lion have such a connotation surrounding the heart? And as usual, we went around the room and we got some really, really cool responses. Really good. Really awesome. A couple things happening in the sky just to make everybody aware. The Maui Fire. So I always try to go and I should say we always look to try to find the relationships between astrology and the weather that we're having, right? And you can see Maui is right located here on, when you look at the map, the Gleason map, this red line is aligned with that, and there's Mars. Okay. And then here is where Leo is at. And then there's Regulus. And like we talked about, on the 23rd is going to be the Lion's Gate. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But just to show you, when you looked over in the ocean where Hawaii is at, there's one little dot, which is a hot spot. All kinds of media on one fire, rightfully so. I mean, there's people there and people are being affected. I understand that. But this is a snapshot on August the 10th of all the hot spots, all the fires in Africa. Every one of those dots is a fire in Africa. You can see the trend in the yellow line. This is the trend of fires that happens, and all around this time. And on the 17th, this is August 23rd in the past, on the 17th, we have the sun moving into Leo. So it's related, and Leo is a fire sign. It's a heart. It's the heart sign. When the heart beats, that's fire. When it collapses, that's the inertia. That's pureness. So when it implodes, that's love. When it explodes out the heart, that's manifest. So this is 2023 10-day moving average. You can see 2023, it's hotter than normal. So fires are happening. That's because of the heart of the world. Everybody's heart is feeling it. Everybody's cleansing. Everybody's temperature is rising because we got to cleanse out these vibrations. Everybody has to cleanse out these vibrations. So I just wanted to share that with you. And here is the Gleason map that shows you that exactly at 24 degree, where Mars was at the time, you can see where that's at, basically right straight in the center of Leo. And that would be right here. And the sun's coming in. We spoke a little bit about this last week, the Lion's Gate. The Lion's Gate is only when the sun transits Regulus. And that happens on August 23 in the sky. When people are using tropical, they're following the seasons of the sun and they're not using the stars. Today, we're going to show you the real meaning behind Leo and the heart, what's on the Egyptian walls. And I've had all kinds of synchronicities. Today was really easy to pull together because I was guided to what to talk about the heart and what the lion means and what it's related to. So the stars are literally lining up. And this is not just about meditation. The Lion's Gate is not about meditation only, because we have things we have to clean up. We got to make sure, like all these beautiful things we talked about, that the heart's a tool. We got to follow our heart. Emotions, it's a tuning fork. We can use it. That was beautiful that you can use heart math with kids to change the way their heart beats. That's all beautiful things. On the Lion's Gate, it's important that we get to today's message and understand what we should be thinking about. Just something else that's happened in the sky. I'm going to play this little video here. So I'm starting from May 15th, and then it comes in around, well, I'll just show you. So this is Venus, and you're going to watch Venus come in retrograde right near Regulus. So the loop, because Venus does a loop of its retrogrades every so often, and it paints a star in the sky. So one of the loops lines up with Regulus on a Phoenix rising year. It's important. This is very important. It's another sign of the calendar of this change of age. So it's going forward by days. You can see June, July, and right there around almost to August 1st, you can see that Venus made its loop, okay? And then it's going to come back again and hit the heart. And what's Venus? Venus is the love of all beings, right? So this Lion's Gate, where the sun, you, lines up with the heart, all those things you heard today from everybody, that's what's important. It's not just about meditation. It's about cleaning up the heart and using that tool properly. So it's important. It's another beautiful alignment that's happening all on this Phoenix rising year. So it's not a mystery to Egyptologists. There's something about the Sphinx and Leo the lion, right? You can see it here. Everybody's saying when the Sphinx, which looks due east, it's a path about when the sun aligns and looking at Leo, and that's around this time frame now. You can see the depiction of Leo, of the Sphinx holding up what looks like an egg, right, to the sun. Again, this is more about immaculate conception without the physical act. It's quite interesting. So Regulus is the heart of the lion. All right, that royal star Regulus, one of the 4 brightest stars, one of the 4 watchers in your body. So when things line up there, pay attention to signs you get on the 23rd. It's important, very important. We know the heart must keep moving, right? Or else we turn to stone, right? We get hard. When the heart stops beating, we turn to stone. There's no disagreement on that, right? So let's keep this in mind for the next couple of slides, because we're going to take this home for you. Who is the lion in all the mythology? But it's a reality. It's about us. In astrology, it's called Lilith. In Egypt, it's Sekhmet, lioness, headed goddess. You can see a snake, and then it's Medusa. So these are the same. So when you see Lilith in a chart, it's Medusa. Turn you to stone. The Egyptians have the lion, the lion's heart, the lion's gate, the sun, the snake. And here you go. This person here has turned to stone. You have Mother Mary, Isis, the pure one, the one that your heart beats the drum to. It's not a literal person. It's pure love. So Isis represents, that's the throne, pure love. And you can see Sekhmet, which is Lilith, which is Gorgon Medusa. And this one here is turned to stone. And you can see the hawks. You can see the lion. You can see the snakes. You can see the ibis. The ibis is what? The holder of your actions. All your actions, your karmic actions, and your good ones too, right? So this is another one showing you turn to stone. And with Sekhmet being there, it's important. So Lilith emphasizes her role as a temptress. So I made this little sheet there with the help of AI. AI is really cool, man. Use it. Her role, Lilith is the role as a temptress in the chart. And I know that very well from other charts and personal experiences. Lilith's association with promiscuity and deception aligns with the message that temptation is not a positive trait. Her independence is retained, but caution is added to reflect the potential dangers of her allure. Sekhmet, while maintaining her strength and courage, Sekhmet's destructive and wrathful aspects are highlighted to convey a warning against unchecked power and aggression. Medusa's fear-inducing and dangerous nature is emphasized along with her power to tempt and deceive. The addition of warning underscores the negative consequence of succumbing to temptation. So you can see that in all the different descriptions that AI took and put all together, they fit. I know they fit anyway. Medusa is the temptress who gets you to look, tempts you. I have people who have this in their chart, and when Lilith is strong in their chart, they got a lot of temptation going on. Perseus is a constellation. But Perseus slaying the head of Medusa means he's slaying his own mind of those snakes, those thoughts, those promiscuous temptation thoughts, so he doesn't get turned to stone. That's the image there. So Lilith in a chart I'm going to show you is 100% related to turning to stone. You do remember that June 28th, we did a one on Gatorades, and we talked about promiscuity. There's no such thing as AIDS, a virus. We showed you that promiscuous people that didn't die of AIDS had all Lilith in their chart, and then people that died of AIDS had Lilith in their chart. Strong Lilith when they left. So their natal chart plus when they exited, they turned to stone because Gorgon Medusa said, time for you to go. So there's no such thing as a virus, and it's promiscuity that turns people to stone. There's many reasons, but one of them is promiscuity. It's temptations. So you know me, I had to go prove it even further. I started looking up a family member who's starting to get the signs of Parkinson's. And if you ever seen the movie where Robert De Niro and what's his name there? He got that L-Dopa, Robin Williams. He got that L-Dopa because he was shaking so much. He's shaking so fast that they would stand still. So in searching for that, I came across this, the FOP, fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva. Basically, you're turning to stone while you're alive. Meet Harry Eastlack. Harry Eastlack was turning to stone while he was alive. So I went and looked at his chart. Lilith rising. I got his time of birth too because he's so well studied amongst the medical industry. They only give him a label. They've got no idea what's happening to him. It's in his chart. Lilith, this is divine birthing. It's rising. That only happens when it's on the rising sign during a new moon, and I'll show you that in a second. So you got Lilith, new moon, and Venus. So we talked about Venus is already gone by and will come by again. So when Lilith is strong in your chart, you got to be careful. Well, you should be careful anyway. The lion is the Sphinx. The Sphinx is on a Phoenix rising position. We're on a Phoenix rising year. We need to be cleaning up house. Mama's home. Love is home. We got to do the things that we're supposed to do and not do the things we're not supposed to do. And having procreation as a sport is not the right thing to do. And you can see in his chart, look at Mercury with Juno, Mary Magdalene, the one that sleeps with Jesus, Akashic record in Scorpio, procreation. And on a new moon in Scorpio. So this person on every new moon probably grew some bones together, started turning to stone. There's a reality here, folks. There's a reality we have to clean up. We can't do what we've always done. It's a beautiful message in a way, right? So I won't go over these, but there is talk about promiscuity in the Bible because we went them over last time. I'm just flashing it up here for those who in the video, whoever watched the video in the future, they can at least see the ones we talked about. And then the book of Ezekiel, the heart of stone. In chapter 36, hope for the mountains of Israel. Remember, Israel is Isis, Radharani, and El, Belaram. Israel. So verse 26, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Well, that's right from this scene right here. The Bible is taken off the Egyptian walls. I'm going to give you a new heart of flesh and remove your heart of stone. That's this scene right here. this verse is that scene right there. Because that's Sekhmet, that's Lilith, that's Gorgon Medusa that turns you to stone. There's Isis, pure love, the one that meets with you between every heartbeat, every time you go to sleep, and every time we change lives. And that's all I have for today.